Hi, I'm Katelyn from Marathon Handbook, and today I'm going to give you the top 7 mistakes that new runners make and how you can avoid them. Mistake number 1, increase volume and intensity too quickly. One of the most common mistakes that new runners make is doing too much too quickly. It's exciting to start a new adventure, to start a new hobby, to get running, and we think that the more we do, the better we're going to get. The more we run, the faster we're going to get, but that's just simply not true. If you increase your mileage and/or your intensity too quickly, you may end up being sidelined instead of towing the start line to your first 5K. Overuse injuries make up the majority of injuries in runners, and for beginners, it's even more prevalent, as our body needs to adapt to running and can't take on more than it can handle in the very beginning. As with any new sport or activity, we need to give our body time to adapt. So increasing volume and intensity gradually will help us adapt to the stressors of running. So what would be the best choice would be to look for some guidance from the get-go so you don't injure yourself or stress your body too much. Look for someone who can help you and help you plan your training so you bring up your volume and your intensity little by little. Mistake number 2, lack of a structured training plan. New runners tend to just begin running on their own, throw on their shoes, run out the door, but a structured training plan can help you advance much more efficiently rather than just making it up as you go along. Some new runners are able to train successfully on their own, but I do suggest trying to find some guidance to keep you as injury-free as possible and enjoy the journey to your first race. If you don't have a well-devised, thought-out training plan for your specific fitness level, you may get discouraged because you may do too much too quickly, you may overtrain, you may not train enough, and it could be very disappointing and make you want to throw in the towel too early on. There are endless training plans out there, put together by experienced, certified running coaches that can get you to your finish line. You could think of many different options to take on, such as joining a local running club in your community, looking for an online coach, one-on-one coaching virtually. You could look at personal training in your area, anything that's going to motivate you to look for a specified training plan for you. With a personalized training plan and coach, this person can take you step by step, creating each workout specific for you, make adjustments, track your progress, and bring you to that start line happy and healthy. Another common mistake is running through pain or injuries, but to be honest, this is also a big mistake by experienced runners. When you're starting out, it's really difficult to differentiate between a niggle, something that just is bothering you a little bit, muscle soreness, or actual pain and an injury. When you're just starting out and your body is adapting to running in general, you're of course going to feel a lot of soreness as those muscles, those joints, your entire body gets used to running. There's a thing called DOMS, which is the delayed onset muscle soreness. And this is something that all of us runners feel a lot of the time and after a lot of workouts. But muscle soreness should only last a day or two. But if you feel something like a sharp pain or something that just doesn't go away, that's the time to have an alert and to think about going to see a physical therapist or a physician to help you figure out what's going on. There's a lot of information out there and a lot of things written by physical therapists to give you some ideas of the symptoms and the signs of specific injuries. But it is truly important for you to go to a physical therapist or to go to a physician to get a real diagnosis and figure out what you have. You don't want to play the guessing game and make any mistakes in your treatment or what you should be doing to get better. Someone that you can go see can really help you get better as fast as possible, or tell you that it's really nothing to worry about and it's just a muscle soreness, and fix it so you can continue training and get to your race. Mistake number 4, exclude strength training from your training plan. Different coaches have different methods, and there's a lot of controversy around strength training as runners. But I, as a coach, absolutely suggest that everyone should add at least 2 sessions of strength training into their training plans. New runners and experienced runners alike don't think that strength training is necessary, or they don't want to feel sore for their training sessions, or they just don't like strength training and they think, well, I love running and I want to get better at running, so I just want to run more. But strength training can really help you become a more efficient, stronger, more resilient, injury-free runner. Strength training benefits are endless for runners. Not only will you improve your power and your strength, but it'll also help improve muscle imbalances that you have from your right side to your left side or vice versa. You can help improve your mobility. The list goes on and on. So please try and include 2 strength training sessions into your training plan per week, and use compound exercises such as squats, lunges, deadlifts, glute bridges, push-ups, pull-ups, just to name a few. Mistake number 5, not warming up before a run. Warming up is an essential part of your workouts. especially before an interval session or a speed training session, a hill work session, something that you're going to put a lot of extra effort into. Warming up will get your blood flowing, your muscles warmed up, your joints moving, you'll be nice and mobile and ready to go. So for warm-up, what you can do is jog 5 to 15 minutes before each session, depending on your fitness level and your volume and how much training you should actually be doing. And then follow it up with some dynamic exercises, some dynamic stretches, not static stretches. So things like butt kicks, high knees, scoops, Frankensteins, anything to warm up those leg muscles to get yourself ready for your session. Performing a complete warm-up, especially before speed work, is going to ensure top performance. Mistake number 6, not fueling properly. Running is a demanding sport, and we need to make sure that we're fueling and hydrating properly, not only for our workouts, but also throughout the day. Make sure that throughout the day, you're hydrating with water, with electrolytes if need be, that you eat a healthy, well-rounded, nutritious diet in general, consisting of mostly natural, unprocessed foods. I'm not one that likes to run on an empty stomach, so I ensure that I always have a pre-run snack before I start any training session, whether it be an easy run, a speed workout, and especially a long run. Depending on how long you're going to be running for, make sure that you do have some sort of a pre-run snack. It could be something as simple as a banana, some oatmeal, anything that you can put in your stomach so that you don't feel like you're running on empty for your session. Try to eat that snack about an hour in advance. Some of us are going to need to eat it even a little earlier so you don't feel that food coming back up when you're in your session. For fueling and hydrating during training sessions, you're going to want to begin doing that once your sessions reach about 60 minutes. So you can carry around a water bottle, and then also think about using some energy gels or some sort of fueling for sessions that exceed an hour. Once you include long runs into your training sessions, you're actually going to have to begin to plan a strategy of how much you're going to need to eat and drink an hour. So take these sorts of things into consideration and ask your coach to help you out and devise that plan along with a nutritionist if need be. Our hydration and fueling doesn't stop just yet. When you've completed your training session, make sure that you continue to hydrate and that you also have a protein, carbohydrate-rich snack or breakfast or meal, depending on the time of day that you're training, afterward to replenish. There are a lot of different factors that are going to affect how much each individual needs to eat and drink. But as mentioned, just make sure that you get some help, that you put together a strategy so you can recover well and get ready for your next session. Mistake number 7, running in improper shoes. As a new runner, you may just go into your closet and find any pair of tennis shoes that you have to go out and begin your first run around the block. However, running shoes is the most important piece of equipment for a runner, and you need to make sure that you have proper footwear so that you're comfortable and you don't use anything that may provoke any pains, blisters, hot spots, or injuries when you're running. Check out your local running store where you'll have professionals who can help you choose the running shoes that will be best for you. Most running stores even have a treadmill. They'll have you run for a little bit, see what feels comfortable, check out your gait, and see what kind of running shoes they think will be a perfect match for you. The most important thing when choosing running shoes, number 1, is that they feel comfortable from the moment you put them on. Don't think that running shoes are going to wear in, or they're going to get bigger, or they're going to feel more comfortable, because you don't want to run with uncomfortable running shoes at any time. So from the moment you put them on, ensure that they are comfortable. And that's the first step to finding your perfect shoes. There you have it, the 7 most common mistakes that new runners make. I hope that my advice has caught you before you've made any of these mistakes, and so that you can have a fun, happy, healthy journey to your first race. Welcome to running.